Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. As you're probably aware by now, I'm here in the UK and I've come to spend the weekend with my daughter and son-in-law, and in this video I want to show you some of the sort of traditional British kind of food we eat here. So I'm going to show you about 4 meals, but we're going to start with a traditional English breakfast. We're going to a place called, what's it called?
The Embankment.
So we're going to a place called the Embankment and we're going to get some traditional English breakfast, and I'm going to show you what that's like. Oh, this looks a nice place. So we've been given a menu, which is this here. I'm going to go for the full English. Right, so we've ordered our breakfast, so I've gone for a full English. My son-in-law Andy has gone for a full English, and my daughter over here Emily has gone for, what have you gone for?
Buttermilk pancakes with maple syrup and banana.
And little one over here, little Charlotte, she's going to have a bit of everybody's. Here are the pancakes.
Full English with fries?
Yeah. You go for that first, Andy. Whoa, look at that.
That'll do,
We got eggs, we got bacon, we got sausage, tomato, black pudding, beans, toast. So this is what we call a full English. And we don't normally eat this on a weekday because if we're working we just don't have time to cook it. But it's something a lot of British people will eat at a weekend, and I'm absolutely starving for it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Do you need anything else at all?
No, I think
I'm going to get absolutely tucked into that now because I've missed this. You can get English breakfast like this in China, but they just ain't the same. Oh, it's got the whole lot on here, look. Absolutely wonderful. Right, as you can see, it's all gone. That was absolutely 10 out of 10. How were the pancakes there?
Well, no, pretty good, but I had to share most of mine with Charlotte.
But we've ordered another pancake because more. You like that there?
had an English breakfast and an American breakfast.
Yeah. More. Now, although a lot of you in China think fish and chips is the most iconic British meal, I have to somewhat disagree with that, because I think the most iconic British meal is a roast dinner. We often call it a Sunday roast because it's the meal we often have on Sundays, and it's when a lot of family will get together and they will have a roast. That might be, it'll typically be roast pork, roast beef, roast lamb, or maybe a roast chicken. This is what roast potatoes look like, and these ones my son-in-law Andy has done look absolutely stunning. We got all the roast lamb there, and just over there we have some roast carrots and cauliflower. So this is what it all looks like when it's on a plate, and this is what you call your traditional English roast lamb dinner. We can add a bit of this gravy, and then we also have when we have lamb, we have something called mint sauce. And yeah,
the gravy was
I'll be putting lashings of that on. So yeah, there you go. Right, so you've seen a British breakfast and you've seen a roast dinner. Another dish we eat here in the UK, which is quite traditional, is called pie and mash. When we say mash, we mean mashed potato. Now, a lot of people will make pie and mash from scratch, but I've been out and bought them because it's a bit easier, and all I need to do is put them in. So there's my pie, which is a steak pie, and there's my mashed potato. This is pie and mash. It's a steak pie and mashed potato, and then we pour on some gravy. And that just so it's not so dry. Very British, pie and mash. Pie, mash and gravy, one of my favourites. Bottom. Another classic dish is something called toad in the hole, which is sausage in a Yorkshire pudding. So that's what I'm going to have, and I shall show you this when it's done. This is something else we also serve with gravy. And there you have it, toad in the hole. And put the gravy on it. And finally, what is probably the most iconic food or meal in the UK, certainly from a point of view of what people think abroad that British people eat all the time, is fish and chips. And we go into this place behind me. Yeah, we're going to a fish and chip restaurant. Fish and chips are either take away, where you take them away from the store and eat them at home, or there's now more and more in the UK of these fish and chip restaurants. We're going to this one not too far from where my mum and dad live, and it's called The Boundary, and it's an award-winning fish and chip shop and restaurant, and that's where we're going to eat our fish and chips. I've ordered a regular cod and chips, and I've had something called mushy peas, which are like squashed peas, and I've also ordered a piece of bread and butter. So stay tuned, because I'm going to show you something that you've probably never heard of, and it's called a chip butty. So stay tuned and you'll see what a chip butty is. Is that good then? Is that looking good?
This is hard. It does look good.
This is mine, cod, chips and mushy peas, complete with some bread and butter just over here. Right, so it's time to show you what a chip butty is. So a chip butty is chips in between two pieces of bread and butter, which is essentially a chip sandwich. That's what a chip butty is. Magnificent. To wash it all down, Mum and Dad are having a nice cup of English tea. Okay, so we finished our fish and chips. We've got full stomachs. Very, very nice, full to bursting. Hope that video shows you some of the iconic British foods that we have. British food gets a bad rap around the world, and I have no idea why, because for me it's some of the best food anywhere in the world. And you know, we don't just eat fish and chips, we have a lot more variety. I've just showed you a few. But anyway, if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. But as always, for now, take care.